Hello everyone, I am Kajal Jha, lecturer in Praveen Patil College of Diploma Engineering. Today's topic is addressing modes of 8051 microcontroller. So in a previous video, we will discuss the immediate addressing mode, what is the meaning of addressing mode and why we are use the addressing mode. After that, there are five types, that is immediate, then direct addressing, indirect addressing, index addressing and register addressing. From that we will learn in a previous video, that is immediate addressing, then direct addressing and the register addressing. In that video, in this video we will learn about the indirect addressing mode, okay, and index addressing mode. So let's see. So register indirect addressing mode. A register is used as a pointer to the data. Only register R0 and R1 are used for this purpose. So R2 from R2 to R7 cannot be used to hold the address of an operand located in RAM. So when R0 and R1 hold the address of a RAM locations, they must be preceded by the @ sign. Okay, means what? If you have to identify the addressing modes from the given instructions, okay, then if the instruction contains any @sign, then that instruction is nothing but the indirect addressing, that is nothing but the register indirect addressing. Indirect addressing is a very powerful addressing mode which in many cases provides an exceptional level of flexibility. In this addressing mode, only register R0 and R1 we will use only as a pointer for the indirect operation. So here we don't use R4, R3 to R2 to R7 registers for the operation. The registers points the memory location from which the required data can be read or write. Okay, so using this addressing mode, one can access data from the internal and external data memories. If the instruction is without X, okay, that is letter alphabet X, if the instruction is without X in a mnemonic, okay, in a mnemonic is used to access the internal data memory. Means what? If in a address move is present, okay, then this is nothing but this instruction is access the internal data memory. But if the instruction contains the X letter, that is nothing but the instruction with X, okay, in a mnemonic, then this is used to access the external data memory. That means if the instruction contain move X, okay, if the because the normally the instruction contains move, okay, this instruction, but if the instruction contains the move X, then here we use this instruction to access the external data memory. Okay, the instruction with a C, if the move C is given in an instruction, if move C is given in the instruction, then we will use that instruction to access the internal as well as the external program memories. Okay, the mnemonic symbol used for this addressing mode is nothing but the @sign. The length of this instruction is always the 1 byte. Okay, so if the example is move a comma @r0, that means what? Move contents of the RAM location whose address is held by R0 into A. Okay, means what? The address of the R0, okay, the address is copied into the accumulator. Okay, move to the accumulator, not the content. Okay, move the content of the RAM location whose address is held by R0 into A. Okay, so content will be copy whose address is given, that is indirect form. So here move is without X, so we will access the internal memory. But here if the instruction is like that, move X A comma @r0, then we will use this instruction to access the external memory. Okay, so here these instruction load the accumulator with the value from internal RAM location whose address is R0. For example, suppose the R0 contains the value 50H. Okay, if the R0 contains the value 50H, which is internal RAM address contains the value 67H. So during the execution of the instruction, the value 67H stored at the memory location 50H, okay, so is loaded in a register. So this is nothing but the example, means description of that example. So move a comma at the rate r0 if r0 is equal to 40h, okay, which is the 40h, which is the internal RAM address, that is 67h. Okay, during the execution of that instruction, the value 67h is stored at the memory location 40h. Okay, means 67 is stored at the memory location 40h, means r0, okay, is loaded in the A register. Okay, so is loaded in the A register. So some examples are move at the rate a comma b. Okay, this is also okay, that means move content of b into the RAM location whose address is held by r1. Okay, whose address is held by r1. Okay, other example is what, if the instruction is move x a comma at the rate r0, where r0 is a memory pointer for a internal data memory. So here we here what we can do, that is here external memory is accessed, because here the instruction contain the move x. Next, register indirect addressing mode, that is R0 and R1 are the only register that can be used for a pointers in a register indirect addressing mode. Since R0 and R1 are a 8-bit wide, so their use is limited to access any information in the internal RAM, whether the accessing externally connected RAM or on-chip ROM, we need a 16-bit pointer. So in a case we use the DPTR register. If you see the example, that is move C A comma at the rate A plus DPTR, that means the address of an internal and external memory is addition of A plus A and DPTR. Okay, the address of the internal memory means what? A is nothing but the addition of what? A and DPTR. Okay, this is the example for this DPTR. Okay, in such a case we use the DPTR. So here next is index addressing mode. Index addressing mode, or it is also called as an on-chip ROM access. So index addressing mode is widely used in accessing the data element of a lookup table entries located in the program ROM. The instruction used for this purpose is move C A comma at the rate plus DPTR. Okay, which we will discuss earlier, that is move C A comma at the rate A plus DPTR. That means the internal register, the internal RAM location is nothing but the addition of A and DPTR. Okay, where the address of the internal and or the external memory, because move C here, that means internal and external. Okay, so the address of the external or internal memory is nothing but the addition of accumulator and DPTR. So use instruction move C. C means here code. The contents of A are added to the 16-bit register, that is nothing but the DPTR, that is data pointer, to form the 16-bit address of the needed data. Okay, so to form the 16-bit we use here DPTR, because DPTR is a 16-bit register. Okay, next is In a many applications, the size of program code does not leave any room to share the 64K byte code space with the data. So the 8051 has another 64K byte of the memory space set aside exclusively for the data storage. This data memory space is referred to as a external memory, and it is accessed only by the movex instruction, because we know if the instruction contain the movex, okay, is if we use the instruction that is move x, then it only access the external memory. If instruction move is without x, then it access the internal memory, but the instruction with a but instruction with x is nothing but we access the external memory, and if the instruction with a c, then we access internal as well as external memory, means internal or external memory. The 8051 has a total of 128K bytes of the memory space, so 64K bytes of the code and 64K byte of the data. So the data space cannot be shared between the code and data. Next is SFR registers. SFR registers and their addresses. The SFR is a special function registers. So it can be accessed by their names or by their address. If we use their name in the instruction, then it is accessed by the name. Or if we use the address of that register, then it will be accessed by its address. So the SFR registers have an address between ATH and FFH. Not all the address space of AT to FF is used by SFR. So the unused locations, that is ATH to FFH, okay, that is unused location from ATH to FFH, are reserved and must not be used by the 8051 programmer. Okay, so next is what? SFR register and their addresses. So what are the SFR registers we use? That is move 0E0H comma hashtag 55H, that is nothing but is the same as move A comma hashtag 55H, because the address of the A register is 0E. Okay, the address of the register is what? E0, not 0E, it is E0. So A is nothing but here 55. Then move 0F0H comma hashtag 25H. This is immediate addressing mode, because this contain the pound sign, that is nothing but the hashtag sign, is the same as the instruction move b comma hashtag 25H. Means if you can write 0f b instead of 0f0, the address of b is nothing but f0, so you can call it by its address or called it by its name. So which means load a 25H into register b. The both the instruction conclusion is what? B is loaded with 25H. Then move E0H comma R2 is the same as move A comma R2. That means the content of R2 is copied into A. Then move 0F0H comma R0 is the same as the move B comma R0, that is the content or the copy R0 into B. Then move P1 comma A is same as move 90H comma A. So address of the P1 is nothing but 90H. So, which means the copy A into 90H location or copy A into P1. This is same thing. After that, here some SFR registers are there with its address. 8051 special function register, that is the symbol is ACC, that ACC is there also, or we can call it with A also. So ACC means accumulator or A means also accumulator. So we can write A or ACC or accumulator. This is same thing. And address of A is E0H, that is 0E0H. Then B register. B register address is F0H. Then PSW, that is program status word register. Its address is D0H. Then SP, that is stack pointer, is 81H address. Then DPTR, that is data pointer 2 bytes, that is DPL and DPH. DPTR is 16-bit register, so if we can use it as a DPL and DPH. So DPL is data pointer low, that is low byte, and its address is 82H. Then DPH, that is high byte, and its address is 83H. After that, ports, that is ports register, that is P0 port 1, P0, that is port 0. Port 0 address is 80H. Port 1, that is P1, address is 90H. After that, P2, that is port 2, address is 0A0H. Then P3, that is port 3, address is 0B0H. Then IP, interrupt priority control, its address is B at H. After that, IE, interrupt enable control, address is A at H. Means what? If the instruction contains these symbols, okay, if the instruction contains this symbol, that is like move P0 comma, okay, or move X P1 comma, okay, or move DPTR. But if you called it by its address, this is also same. If you write instead of move A, okay, if you write move A, it is same as move E0H, okay. So you can use the instructions symbol or register symbol or its address for calling it, okay. So this is nothing but the special function registers and their addresses. Then SFR registers, that is T mode, timer and counter mode control, that is address is 89H. Then TCON, that is timer and control counter control, that is address is 88H. Then T2 con, that is timer counter 2 control, 0C at H is address. Then T2 mode, that is timer counter mode control, address is C9H. After that, TH0, that is timer high bit, okay, timer and counter 0, high byte, that is address is 8CH. TL0 is timer and counter 0 low byte, that is address is 8AH. TH1, timer counter 1 high byte, 8DH is address. Then TL1, that is timer counter 1 byte 1 low byte, that is address is 8BH. After that, TH2, that is timer counter 2 high byte, CDH is address. Then TL2, timer counter 2 low byte, that is address is 0CCH. After that, SCON, that is serial port. So serial control is address is 98H. Means if you use the 98 instead of SCON, it is also same. After that, SBUF, that is serial data buffer, address is 99H. And after that, PCON, that is power control, address is 87H. These are bit addressable, okay, these are the bit addressable. So you can use this register, these are the SFR registers, means special function registers. And if you use it in instructions, so you can use it with its name or by its address, it is same thing, okay. After that, programs, after that, in a next lecture we will go for the instructions, okay, which we will use in the programming, okay. So thank you.